Hello, and welcome to 10 for 10, 10th News, your weekly dose of 10th Amendment news, in 10 minutes or so from us here at the 10th Amendment Center. Today is March 17th, 2013. My name is Michael Bolden, and thank you for tuning in. Today we'll cover the nullification movement going local. From Utah to Pennsylvania and Maine, local communities are standing up and saying no to unconstitutional federal acts. Plus, we'll get you up to speed on all the most important hearings and votes on state-level nullification bills. But first, this week's episode is made possible in part by the 10th Amendment Center membership program. Proudly wear the 10ther label with pride and become a card-carrying member of us here at the 10th Amendment Center. Your membership support helps us continue the pressure. It helps us cover our base expenses every month and helps us reach new people through advertising and direct outreach. Get all the details and join us online at members.10thamendmentcenter.com. Again, that's members.10thamendmentcenter.com. And now the news. Last week in southwest Utah, the Iron County Board of Commissioners voted unanimously in passing an Iron County Second Amendment Protection Resolution. This is the second resolution passed in the county, the first being the Cedar City Second Amendment Resolution passed by the City Council in February. The resolution makes it clear that the county does not recognize any federal acts, laws, orders, rules, executive orders, or regulations that violate the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution. It also requires the sheriff to take a stand to protect the right to keep and bear arms. It reads in part, quote, "It shall be the duty of the sheriff of Iron County to take all measures as may be necessary to prevent the enforcement of any federal acts, laws, orders, rules, or regulations in violation of the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States." End quote. Iron County Sheriff Mark Gower is fully on board with the resolution. He said, quote, "I will not allow anyone to come into this county and violate the constitutions of the United States or Utah. If I have to stand in the street and stop that from happening, I would do it." He further said, quote, "I have refused to sign any agreements or contracts with Homeland Security or any other federal department, and no one can come in and preempt the local control of our law enforcement. The U.S. Constitution will not be violated on my watch." End quote. In Maine, the town of Millinocket also passed a Second Amendment resolution last week. Town councilors Jimmy Busk and Michelle Anderson both explained the importance of this resolution to those present. Busk explained the importance of the resolution and why its passage was required, followed by Anderson discussing the history of nullification. The resolution passed by a vote of 5-2. A similar resolution is being considered on Monday night in Upper Pottsgrove, Pennsylvania. It would 1. Condemn federal overreach and infringement upon the right of the individual to keep and bear arms. 2. Express support for and urge immediate passage of Pennsylvania House Bill 357. And 3. Reserve the right of the township to take measures necessary to prevent enforcement of federal acts regarding the right of the individual to keep and bear arms. Also in Maine, the town of Brooksville held a public referendum in support of a food freedom ordinance which nullifies unconstitutional overreach from the FDA. The ordinance exempts producers and processors of local foods in town from state and federal licensure and inspection so long as they leave the middleman out and sell their produce, baked goods, dairy, and meat directly to customers. It passed by a vote of 112-64. Activists point out that quite a bit can be done by just a single person. The efforts in both Cedar City and Iron County, Utah were spearheaded by one man, Sylvan Malis. He said, quote, "This is only the beginning. There are still many issues that need addressing and many resolutions that need passing. After the resolutions come laws. If we value our country like we say we do, then get up and call or talk to your neighbor, family member, workmate, and then call your city council person, your county commissioner or county supervisor, and get them working on passing the resolutions, ordinances, and laws. If I did it, you can too. Anyone can do it. It's easy." End quote. For model legislation that you can introduce in your area, your local community that is, visit 10thamendmentcenter.com/local. Again, that's 10thamendmentcenter.com/local. On the state level, there are a number of important hearings and potential votes on nullification bills this week. In South Carolina, S-92, the NDAA Nullification Act of 2013 from State Senator Tom Davis, is finally moving forward. The Senate Republicans there set the bill for special order this week, which means it will be given priority status for debate and a possible vote. Also in South Carolina, H. 3101 to nullify Obamacare is up for a do-or-die second hearing in the State House, a subcommittee, on Wednesday. Conservative icon Walter E. Williams will make the trek to South Carolina and will make it hard for Republicans to consider voting against the bill, as he will be on hand testifying in favor of the legislation. South Carolina legislators won't be alone, as the Oklahoma House beat them to the punch on the issue. Last week, they voted 72-20 to pass House Bill 1021, the Obamacare nullification bill for that state. On Monday in Arizona, SB 1439, which already passed the state Senate, will be heard in the State House Committee on Financial Institutions. The bill is a big step towards nullifying the Federal Reserve, as it authorizes gold and silver coin to be used as legal tender within the state. In Michigan on Tuesday, a bill to nullify NDAA indefinite detention will be heard in the State House Oversight Committee. SB 94 already passed the state Senate by a vote of 37-0, and committee chair Representative Tom McMillan authored the House companion bill, HB 4138. On Wednesday in Nebraska, LB 451 is being heard in the State Judiciary Committee. The bill would prohibit enforcement of federal bans or restrictions on semi-automatic weapons and large-capacity magazines. It would also prohibit enforcement of federal acts requiring registration of firearms, magazines, or accessories. Track the status of these and all other nullification bills in states around the country at tracking.10thamendmentcenter.com. Again, that's tracking.10thamendmentcenter.com. And that covers our report here on 10 for 10, 10th News. Get 10 minutes or so of 10th Amendment news every week from us here at the 10th Amendment Center. Watch 10th News every week on youtube.com/10th Amendment Center. View archive shows at news.10thamendmentcenter.com. My name is Michael Bolden. Thanks again for tuning in.